Hey everyone, it's Sirackerby here. Diablo 4's early access has come and gone, but now we can talk about the pros and cons and things we've learned about the game. Like, for instance, how it feels like an MMO. I don't know about you guys, I don't know if that's something you're for. I'm a little iffy about that, to be honest, but we'll discuss that more in the review. So let's dive right in and discuss Diablo 4 and what we've learned. So let's talk about some positives and negatives, or the pros and cons to this game. Some of the positives: the map was really big. It was large. There was a lot to explore. I probably only saw 20% maybe of it, and that's not even including when you go to the hellish maps and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot to explore and there's a lot to do. There's also going to be a lot of support for this game. It's one of their big franchise names, so there's going to be a lot of support. So that if there's bugs or glitches or problems, they're going to probably be hot on it. So just make sure to let them know, if they have issues. The other thing, I thought it was kind of hit or miss. Like, the graphics are nice. I like the graphics, but I also feel like the MMO, because of the MMO kind of feel of it, they could have done more. The music was really good. I really enjoyed the music. It was very, you kind of had that ominous, dark, sad feel, but it was really rich, and it kind of grabbed you and pulled you into the game. And I think that's a huge thing, is you got to have music with your game. Otherwise, it just kind of feels empty and you kind of get bored. So that was a plus for me. Another thing is the combat. The combat was really good. I really enjoyed the combat. I feel like I was able to dive in. I feel like it was smooth, engaging. I felt like I was using all my attacks and having to time stuff, and the skill tree was nice. There's a lot to do with the skill tree. You could, there's a lot of different combinations, so you're not going to hopefully have, that one set build. There's, the more control-y builds, the more DPS builds, the survival builds, at least for the rogue that I played, and, some of my friends that played, barbarian, and it seemed like everyone was playing sorcerer, so DPS is pretty good with them. Another thing going into this is the classes seem balanced. Barbarians did the barbarian thing, the rogue did the rogue thing, and the sorcerer did the sorceress thing. Barbarians were tanky, they did good damage, but not as much as the rogue or sorcerer. The rogues had a lot of maneuverability and, moving around and dodging stuff. I felt like, the abilities were timed out correctly. I feel like they had, the proper timers put in place for when their skills and stuff reset and you can use it again. And the sorceress, was just mad DPS. A lot of people played the sorcerer. Everyone likes DPS. Everyone's seen the huge numbers. So, anyways, I think they're pretty balanced right now. I didn't get a chance to really PvP anyone. I'm gonna make sure when the beta comes out that I get some good PvP in, so that way I can see, really how the classes balance out when in regards to PvP. Another positive for me was the items or the equipment in the game. I felt like they were fairly balanced. I feel like they fixed the issue they had in Diablo 3, where the gear would drop for rogue, but it would have stats for a sorcerer or barbarian or something. I feel like they fixed that. I feel like the items seemed well adjusted for your character. Now, in regards to PvP, again, I'll have to see how that compares, depending on if the gear is feeling balanced towards other classes. The other thing is the item drops is a pro and a con. It was cool that I felt like the orange, the legendary stuff, the magic stuff, it dropped a lot. And I felt like it was fairly easy to get. For now, playing, that was cool. But down the road, I don't know. If it drops too easy, then it makes the game get kind of dull, maybe, faster. Because then if everybody has everything right off the bat or gets all the best stuff really quick, then the game gets boring. There's no, reward, for working hard to get stuff. So those are some of my positives. Some of the cons I had with Diablo were, you have to queue in, you have to log in. It's Diablo. You shouldn't have to log in. It's, they started doing that with Diablo 3, and they tried something new, but, Diablo is supposed to be a single player game with the ability to have multiplayer, not multiplayer with, you can play by yourself, but you need online. So that was, I don't know, kind of a bummer. Maybe some people like that. Some people like the MMO feel. It wasn't for me. I felt story was a little lacking. Like, the intro was cool, the backstory is good, but when you're actually playing the game, I feel like there are a lot of holes. Like, it was like just jumping around. I felt like I was just running around questing and I wasn't getting pulled into the story. I think I got that more with Diablo 3. This one I just didn't feel it. And again, the queues. I had to wait 30 plus minutes the first day or two to log in. That sucks. I don't want to wait in a queue to play a game that I can. This game is supposed to be something you get on and you just have fun, mash some buttons, kill monsters, get stuff. I mean, yeah, there's little technicalities to it, but I don't know. I just felt like it kind of wasn't what I was expecting in that regards. Another thing is I didn't try hardcore, but if you think about hardcore, right? If you die, you lose your stuff. So you're playing an MMO hardcore, you got lag. I think people call it like rubber banding and stuff. But you play a world boss, you die, which is pretty common because you rely on other people. You die and you lose all your stuff. I mean, I guess it makes it really, really hard, but with lag and everything else added on top of that, it makes it not just hard, but kind of a roll of the dice luck. Hopefully I don't lag, or hopefully something doesn't happen and I just get insta wiped, because it happens really easy against these world bosses. So I don't know, that might be an issue. Another thing is it's not pay to win like Immortal, but let's pray that they do not have pay to win aspects put into this game. That's a big thing for me. I really hope they don't do that, because if they do that, it's going to be a problem. It really is going to be a problem. I hope it's just maybe cosmetic stuff and that's it. They really got to veer away from this pay to win. They're making good money. They don't need to be doing all this other stuff. Another personal thing for me is, I know some games do this, is I wish they would add a combat bar, like an addition. I wish they would add a combat bar that you can like quickly change. So like right now you have like 5 or 6 buttons that you can press and do your combats. I wish there was a way to switch that, so like if I'm PvEing, I can do my stuff, and then oh no, I run into a PvP world, it's hit like a button and it flips over to all my PvP setup. That would be cool. So like you can have your skill tree set up multiple different ways for different different events or different occurrences. So that would be something I think would be really nice. I think they should do something like that. The other thing was the dungeons. The dungeons were nice, like the first 2 or 3, and then after that it was like rinse and repeat. Oh, the same dungeon, let's flip it upside down, or let's move the key to this side of the dungeon and the character over here to this, the boss over here to this side of the dungeon. I just felt like they kept they were all the same feel. It was like the same dungeon over and over and over. The events were all the same. Oh, there's 3 of us on the ground hurt. Let's, help us. And then you fight waves of enemies. And then, it's the same thing. Oh, last time it was priests on the ground. Now it's druids on the ground. It was like just, rinse and repeat the same events. It was really frustrating, but I hope they kind of do more than that. Another thing would be for dungeons is, instead of just the straight dungeon, make it layered. We can climb up and down in this game. Let us climb down and go to another level of the dungeon. Not just single level, make it 2 levels. That'd be great. I would enjoy that. I don't know if you guys would. Another con, and one of the last, like I said, is kind of the graphics. The graphics didn't look bad, but I feel like at this point in time, they should be more. There should have been more improvement to the graphics, but I think the reason they did this is because they're going towards that online aspect of the game. They're going more towards an MMO feel, which, again, I don't know. I want to play a pretty beautiful single player game and have the ability to invite friends over and not be forced into a corner where it's got to be multiplayer. And that brings us to the other big topic, is Diablo 4 feels like an MMO. It really feels like an MMO. You got login queues. When you log in, you're going to sit there and run around the map and you're going to see other players. You can't force them out. You can't, it's just, they're there. You're in a game with massive amounts of other players, which is an MMO. You have world chat, local chat, so you can talk to them and stuff. You can set up clans. There's clans. So, I mean, to me, it feels like an MMO. You have open world PvP, where you can run into areas like in World of Warcraft and you can fight people. There's world events like the bosses and probably other things down the road, and then on top of that, all the environment scales to you. So as you go up in level, so does the environment, the dungeons, everything. Unless maybe per act, it has like a, act is 1, the highest the monsters goes to like level 30. And then when you go to like act 2, they go up to 40 or something. But so far, from level 1 to 25, all the monsters scale with you, the dungeons scale with you or whatever. So, I don't know. The old Diablos, it didn't. So you can, you get really high at the end and you can come back and just massacre everything. It's, kind of fun, come in and be like a little god. I'm going to crush you all. And now it's, you come in and it's like, oh, you're the same level as me. Boo, But I don't know. That's my feelings on that. So, anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown of my thoughts on Diablo 4, what I experienced, what I thought. You know, I did enjoy the game. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the game. It was fun. It was definitely worth playing. I just feel like they're taking it in the wrong direction with the MMO thing. That kind of really bugs me. I don't have time to play an MMO. I want to get on a game, play for. I want to be able to jump on instantly, not wait. Play for an hour, get off, go take care of my kids, do what I need to do. Maybe jump back on for a little bit, and then go to bed. I don't want to have to sit here wait 30 minutes, start queuing, run and take care of the kids, jump back on. I used to play World of Warcraft. I stopped because it took too much time. I don't have time for that. I really just want to play a simple ARPG, and have some fun. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. I hope you guys did. If you have any comments, shoot me a message down below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. If you played the game, let me know what you thought of it, what class you were going to play or plan to play or did play, and just hit me up. And again, hit the like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps me grow, and your comments and stuff will help me improve. So I thank you guys. You guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys this weekend, March 24th, for the open beta. I'll be streaming it live. And if I don't see you there, I guess I'll just catch you guys later.